Thank you. The roll call has been completed via the sign-in sheets at the registration table. If you did not sign in, please do. In order to receive credits towards your membership service requirements, you will need to also sign out at the end of the meeting. I would also like to offer a virtual welcome to all our people streaming online. We're indebted to our partners and the representatives who make such a big difference in the quality of our programming at our events. This is the 7th year we have invited our partners to the spring meeting as a way for our PGA professionals to show appreciation and express our sincere gratitude for their support. We're very excited to have many of our section and chapter supporters here with us today, and I now ask for all of them in attendance to come forward and stand here in front of us here at the officers' table and be formally recognized. Why don't we go ahead and walk right through and pass the microphone off to the next person, please. Please hold your applause till the end. Thank you.
Good morning, Danny Brown, Country Club Enterprises.
Chris Ruggiero, Country Club Enterprises.
Morning, Mike Giles, Country Club Enterprises, New England PGA member, 24 years.
Good morning, Paul Jones, Country Club Enterprises Club Car, Territory Manager for Vermont, Western Mass.
Good morning, Keith Tortorella, Country Club Enterprises, proud partner of the NEPGA for over 20 years, and glad to be sponsoring the Pro at the Haven this year, and best wishes for everybody for a great season.
Good morning, Matt Delois, East Coast Sales Manager for the About Golf Simulator Company, also a Class A member out of New Hampshire chapter. First year partnering with the section, looking to just talk to them this fall and winter, putting together maybe a tournament schedule for indoor golf for the chapter and sections.
Good morning, everybody. Don Groft, PGA member from the New Hampshire chapter, factory direct sales for Yamaha Golf Car. We're proud to be a sponsor of the section. We're also sponsors of the New Hampshire chapter, Maine and Vermont chapters.
Good morning, Mark Cunningham, Yamaha Golf Cars and New England Golf Cars, PGA member. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kristen May. I represent Link Soul by John Ashworth, and we're sponsoring the Las Vegas Pro-Am this year, and another company I work with called Birdie Box is going to get involved with the section. I also rep 2 ladies' lines, Great Little Ladies' Lines and New Era hats. Thank you.
Good morning, Sue Powers. For the past 5 years, Nevo has sponsored the Pro Lady at Kernwood, and this year Nevo's new men's brand, Sligo, will be joining in with this event in July. Thank you.
Morning, Scott Morton from Oakley and Corksicle. I'm going to be sponsoring the BlackRock Pro-Am on June 4th.
Ron Delahanty from Straight Down, Joe Fit and Levelware, and I'm proud to sponsor the Pro-Am at Portsmouth Country Club.
Hi, Clem Lamar, Cobra Puma Golf, proud sponsor of the Pro-Am Championship at Plymouth at Pine Hills, and now with PRG, proud sponsor of the Head Pro Championship and coaching summit.
Morning, my name is Corey Brigham. I'm here with PXG, Parsons Extreme Golf. For those of you I haven't met, nice to meet you. For those of you I have met, good to see you again. We're happy to be pairing up with the New England section a little bit more depth this year. We got an event in May, Teaching Summit in May, and also our new master fitter in the section is Jason Parajakis. I'm not sure if any of you met him yet. If you haven't, good guy. His father, Paul Parajakis, I'm sure most of you know quite a bit. If anybody needs anything on our end, feel free to reach out to myself or Jason, or if you can't find us, hunt down his father. He'll help you out. Thank you.
How you doing? Nate Whitley and Jared Repple from Marcos Golf, sort of the shot link for your amateur players. We're a new partner of the section, so thanks for having us, and we'll be sponsoring the education seminar.
My name's Brian Navina, Mizuno for Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Eastern Mass, and we'll be sponsoring the senior junior.
Hello, I'm Shannon Johnson with Ping Golf.
And Megan Buck with Ping Apparel.
And Leanna Tapp with Ping Golf, and we're going to be sponsoring an education seminar. It's going to be a golf technology symposium, April 10th at Framingham Country Club. We're going to have one of our lead engineers coming in, Eric Hendrickson from Phoenix, talking about technology, fitting, and design.
Thank you. My name is Greg Flynn. I'm the president of Junior Golf Hub. We're a sponsor of the Junior Tour this year. This is our first year, so very, very happy to meet you all. For those of you who don't know Junior Golf Hub, we provide technology, tools, and education which help your members play golf in college. We've got the whole suite of services that help players create resumes, find college golf programs, follow programs, get followed by coaches on our site, find tournaments, and learn about the recruiting process. So if you haven't come to our site, check it out at juniorgolfhub.com, and look forward to meeting you over the course of the year.
Good morning. My name is Sheila Barnard. I'm the East Coast rep. Well, now I'm the national sales rep for SCNS Sports Foods, and we proudly sponsor the First and 10 Tee Challenge.
Good morning. My name is Matt Regan, Vice President of the Folds of Honor, here representing Major Dan Rooney and Alan Ronowski, pinch hitting for Alan today. I want to say thank you very much for having us. We need your help at Patriot Golf Day for 2018. We appreciate your support, and thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Adam Casey with Bushnell Golf, and I'm sponsoring the season-long Stroke Play Series.
Good morning, David Vermillier with Fairway and Green, Zero Restriction, and EP New York. We'll be sponsoring the Pro Match Play.
Mike Peralt with Callaway, Odyssey, and Ogio.
Peter Guild, Callaway, Odyssey, and Ogio.
And Aaron Henderson with Callaway, Odyssey, and Ogio. We want to say thank you for the support of everyone in the section, and the three of us will be involved with at least one event in every chapter throughout the golf season. So thank you very much.
I'm Jeff Tabana with Turtleson Golf and Club Glove, and I'm a proud sponsor of the Hudson Cup.
Hi, I'm Jim Lynch from Prize Possessions. We are a proud sponsor of the Pro Match Play, and also the Pro Plus One Am, and also the Junior Awards that we do. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Gene Gonzalez. I'm the New England sales representative for Maui Jim Sunglasses, and we're going to be representing the Pro Match Play at LeBaron Hills.
Good morning, Tim Russell with 5-Star Golf Cars and Utility Vehicles with EasyGo. Along with Mr. Kelly, we have our team and proud sponsor of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and NEPGA, and the Las Vegas Pro-Am.
How you doing? Alex Stimson, EasyGo, Cushman. I handle Southern Mass and Rhode Island, and we are going to be sponsoring the Pro Superintendent at Agawam Hunt Club. It's the Tuesday after Columbus Day. I think it's the 9th. Thank you.
Good morning. Andrew Ringham with 5-Star Golf Cars. I handle North Shore, Worcester, Greater Boston, also a PGA professional. We're also proudly sponsoring the Pro Officer this year at Wellesley Country Club, and it's great to see a lot of familiar faces.
Good morning, Dan Dempsey with Ahead. My wife Melissa and I will continue our sponsorship through Ahead with the Stroke Play.
Gavin Heap, Vice President with Fennick and Stitch, and we will be sponsoring the Pro Stroke Play as well.
Pam Barabee with Tournament Solutions. We're a proud sponsor of the Weems Scholarship Pro-Am as well as the Pro Officer. And we also have a new initiative this year. I think Mike launched it not that long ago, that we're doing Tournament Solutions for the Foundation. So we're kind of having a running tally or a contest for all you pros here to hopefully put some money back in the foundation. We're going to donate 10% back from any sales that we have with you to the foundation in the name of your club. It's going to be a running tally starting from January 1st, so we are retro if anybody has placed orders with us all the way through the end of the season. And the winner, Michael Pull, will be get a foursome, I believe, at the New England Foundation Pro-Am in the fall. Thank you.
Matt Mike and Adidas Golf, covering Central Mass and Rhode Island.
John Lato, Adidas Golf, PJ member, covering Eastern Mass, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. We will be sponsoring, a supporting sponsor of the Pro Officer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Robbie Thompson. I'm with Champion Golf Group. We represent Gosling's Rum, the oldest family rum company in the world. Dave and Max came over and helped out with our championship last November and did a fantastic job. So the Gosling's family has become the official rum of the NEPGA first year, working with Mike and everybody here. So we appreciate all the support. We're going to be sponsoring the Pro-Am Championship, the Pro Officer, and Cape Week. Stay tuned. Have a great season, everybody.
Good morning, I'm Matt Howard with Cleveland, Frixon, and Zexio. We are sponsoring the Pro LeBaron and the Assistants Championship.
Hi everybody, Corey Yudkin, Cleveland, Frixon, Zexio, and a first year Class A. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave Greblich with Titleist, one of many Acushnet reps here. We're the proud sponsors of the Pro Assistants and also the Pro Juniors.
David Moynihan, 25-year PJ member.
Mark Finity, I cover Northern Mass and New Hampshire.
Greg Ludis, I cover Maine and New Hampshire.
Dave Woods, Eastern Mass.
Brian Saylor with FootJoy, covering Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont.
Pete Butt, FootJoy, Rhode Island, Central, Western Mass. Thank you.
Good morning, Ryan Divis with TaylorMade Golf.
Good morning, Brett Heber with TaylorMade Golf, handling the northern New England area.
Hi everyone, Mark Thompson with TaylorMade Golf, covering Eastern Mass, and we will be sponsoring the New England PGA Junior Tour this year.
Good morning, Eddie Poiras with Turkish Airlines Boston office.
Good morning, everyone. Aslı Liano with the Turkish Airlines. We are sponsoring New England Open and Pro-Am Series, and have a good season.
Good morning, guys. Ollie and Dee Howard here, sponsoring the Pro Championship at LeBaron Hills and the Senior Junior at Haverhill.
Yes, I'm Billy Higgins. I do Golf Max accessories, and we're sponsoring the match play at LeBaron Hills. I also do Volvet colored golf balls and U.S. Kids.
Good morning, everyone. Cliff Thompson, Vice President of Video Bank. We're sponsoring the Stroke Play Series.
Mike Allard, Chief Marketing Officer for Avidia Bank.
Good morning. Bob Williamson, Commercial Lending at Avidia Bank. And just one other thing, Mr. President, I have a little check here for you.
Thank you.
For those of you that don't know, through the Avidia Bank credit card, they have donated $17,110.67 to our foundation. So thank you, gentlemen.
Chris Kerr, New England Regional Sales Manager for Cutter & Buck, will be sponsoring 3 of the Stroke Play Series, as well as the Pro-Am at Old Barney Fairgrounds.
Good morning, Tim Cody of TrueSpec Golf. We are a new sponsor of the New England section and happy to be opening our 17th location in Waltham, Massachusetts in May.
And they saved the best for last. Arunas Kleinis with Event Min Tournament Software. Thanks, guys, for your continued support.
Isn't that amazing? All of those sponsors here for us putting money into our tournaments, into our education. Let's give them another round of applause. Before I get into my president's report, I'd like to thank the board of directors for all their hard work over these winter months. We've met several times in order to prepare for the 2018 season, and we've discussed many exciting changes in the New England section throughout these meetings. I would also like to welcome past presidents and Hall of Fame members in the audience today, and would you all please stand and be recognized? I saw Joe Carr in the audience somewhere. It's Joe. Sorry. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to express the thanks to our section staff. Mike, Dave, and the staff do a tremendous job for us. So join me in another round of applause for our staff. Thank you so much, Mike. As many of you know, Paul Levy, our president of the National PGA, was supposed to be here today. Due to a last-minute work conflict, he had to travel to San Francisco and could not be with us here today. I spoke with Paul, and he was very apologetic, really wanted to be here, but something came up that he couldn't be here. So after the break today, we will have a panel discussion with the officers of the New England section, and this will be a great opportunity for all of you to ask the questions that you really want to know what's going on. If you have something you'd like to ask, be sure to write it down and hand it to a member of the staff during our break, and when we come back from the break, we'll have our panel and we'll discuss those questions. Before we proceed with the meeting, let's watch a quick video that recaps the 2017 season and get excited for 2018.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike Higgins. I'm really excited to be joined by Kristen Garone. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Higgins. I'm really excited to be joined by Kristen Garone for the special edition of New England PGA Facebook Live. Today we're in studio where we usually talk about our PGA professionals and the New England PGA. We're going to do that today and a little bit more as we recap the 2017 season and look ahead at what's exciting in 2018.
Our PGA professionals tore it up all across New England this season. John Hickson was crowned the senior champion with strong play at Okemo. Sean Warren beat out the competition at the Bay Club for his second consecutive Assistants Championship victory. And section newcomer Liam Friedman took home the NEPGA Section Championship and was humbled by the level of competition he faced in the field.
To win the New England PGA Championship with national champions and guys that have played on PGA Cup teams and all of that, I mean, I don't have words to describe.
We saw great competition throughout all of New England. From chapter championships to section events, we'd like to thank all of our PGA professionals who came out to these events and all of the host facilities especially for making it a great year.
2017 was a successful year for all of our PGA professionals, but one New England PGA member had an exceptional year. Rich Barbarian Jr. was jet-setting around the world from Pebble Beach to Puerto Rico with 6 PGA Tour appearances. He was also named to the PGA Cup team and had another great showing at the PGA Championship. He finished the season with his second consecutive National PGA Professional of the Year award and is our 2017 New England PGA Wogan Player of the Year.
The U.S. Senior Open came to New England last year. Both Ron Philo and Chip Johnson played in the major event held at Salem Country Club and represented our section very well with strong finishes. We couldn't be prouder to see them on a national stage, especially here in our own backyard.
Success from our great PGA professionals trickled down to the junior level in 2017 in New England. The New England section was #1 in the number of PGA Junior League teams, as well as the number of players in the entire country. Our junior league team from Atkinson, New Hampshire won their regional finals and represented the New England section at the PGA Junior League finals at Grayhawk in Arizona. They may not have won the national championship, but they certainly won our hearts here in New England.
Our own junior tour had an exciting summer in 2017. It hosted over 100 events all across New England and even introduced a new 3-day event called the Bay State Cup for elite junior players in New England. The New England Series Amateur Tour also broke new barriers in 2017 by reaching its largest membership to date. Thanks to our PGA professionals and host facilities, we continue to grow the game throughout the section each year.
Our New England PGA Foundation put itself on the map in 2017. The one-of-a-kind Interstate 99 Golf Marathon was a huge success, and we raised over $11,000 for the New England PGA Foundation. We impacted many lives through our many veteran clinics. We visited children's hospitals, as well as distributing over $50,000 in academic scholarships last season. To finish off 2017, purchases from our New England PGA credit card generated a $17,000 donation to our New England PGA Foundation. We're really excited to improve on a successful year, and we're excited to expand our reach in 2018.
Well, wow, Mike, was 2017 a jam-packed year or what?
Sure was, Kristen. We're really looking forward to what's up in 2018. We battled the nor'easter on the Boston waterfront to kick off our 2018 season at the Boston Golf Expo. PGA professionals gave 10-minute tune-ups, and our drive, chip, and putt contest had a new feature thanks to our partners at About Golf Simulators. All the proceeds raised that weekend went to our New England PGA Foundation, and we totaled over $3,500 throughout the weekend. Our PGA professionals are looking forward to growing the game in all corners of the section this year.
And speaking of our foundation, partner Tournament Solutions has pledged to donate 10% of all purchases any PGA professionals make back to the foundation. Giving back is contagious, and it will be fun to see how much of an impact these donations will have all across New England.
And just like Rodney Dangerfield, it's never too late to go back to school in the New England PGA. New England Education was rebranded to the New England PGA University this year. The rebranding of our program is putting an emphasis on the quality of education available to our section professionals. You don't have to know how to do the triple Lindy to make educating yourself worthwhile, so check out our new page this season on our website and stay tuned for some more exciting curriculum at New England PGA University.
Also new for 2018, the section awards banquet has a new date. The awards were announced in November and will now be awarded in May going forward. The 2018 awards banquet will be at Kirkbride Country Club on May 19th, and we can't wait to honor the brightest stars in our section.
Our New England PGA Junior programs are ready to get on the golf course. New England PGA Drive, Chip and Putt will be headed out throughout New England all season, and our Junior Tour has another jam-packed schedule with over 100 events. And the New England PGA will once again be leading the country with our PGA Junior League numbers. I'm confident we'll be sending the team back to Grayhawk for the national finals, and our New England PGA professionals are leaders in junior golf throughout New England.
Now, even though our events here in New England are pretty awesome, our travel pro-ams will not disappoint this year. We'll be in Vegas in November playing the two best courses near the Strip in Southern Highlands and Shadow Creek. And for the first time ever, we're headed to Scotland and England in October to play 5 Open Championship courses. So grab your passport and take some members or friends and join us on the course.
The New England Section Major Championships are right on the horizon. Starting off with our Seniors Championship coming back to the Okemo Resort in Vermont. Our Assistants Championship will be at the Renaissance Golf Club, and our premier event, the New England PGA Championship, will be visiting the Ocean State this year with the Narragansett Neighbors of Quidnesset Country Club and Warwick Country Club playing host this August. Don't miss these opportunities to compete against your peers and experience some outstanding golf in New England.
As always, for anything New England PGA, you can follow us online on our social media outlets on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at NEPGA or at New England PGA, or find us on our website at www.nepga.com.
And thanks for joining us for this special edition of New England PGA Facebook Live. Let's have a great section meeting.
Obviously, it's been an exciting year for the New England PGA for so many reasons that we showed in the video. The New England PGA has continued our strategy to grow programs, our services, and create financial strength, all while launching a foundation, growing the game of golf, and continually thinking of ways to improve the vocation of the PGA professional. It would be difficult to accomplish that without the dedicated board of directors and the staff. And personally, I would like to thank Alan, Mike, Rob, Mike Higgins, all the staff, and all you sitting at the board table for the help that you've given me over these last few years. So thank you very much, gentlemen. We pride ourselves on quality of our operation and programming. This can be seen in our major championships, our education, our communication, and the reputation the New England section has on a national level. Together, we can accomplish a great deal for the benefit of our peers and the next generation of golfers. In addition, I offer my appreciation to all the chairs of the committees. They work tirelessly to create education, to create tournaments, to do employment things and all that stuff. So thank you, gentlemen and ladies. If you're sitting in the room, I appreciate what you do as a committee member. Here I go. Sorry. Those of you that know me that I don't like sitting in front of the podium, standing in front of the podium. So I'm going to come out here and get on your level and talk a little bit about what my goals and what I think, where I think that the section should go. I've been very fortunate to have gone through, started as a Maine district director in 2012, I believe. Became elected secretary in 2014, worked my way through the offices. So I've been in the boardroom for a long time, really had a chance to see what we needed to do, see where we need to go as far as the future of our organization. Again, with the help of the staff, the board of directors, and I need my glasses. What did I do with them? Thank you. I'm telling you, they got to take care of me. I'm one of those guys. For those of you that are on the campaign trail, when I was going around running for president, my message was leadership. Be a leader. I used the acronym LEADER. L for leverage. You have to have leverage when you're sitting in the boardroom. If you've got an idea you want to bring through, you got to have leverage. You got to have understanding of what you need to do. You need to have energy. Those of you that know me, I have a lot of that. You have to be apathetic when it comes to the decisions. You have to be diverse. You have to understand we have a diverse community of professionals and the people that we deal with. You have to be engaged. You have to know what's going on in the boardroom and be engaged. Read the reports, know what's going on. And last, you have to gain respect. And I feel as if I've gained that in the boardroom. So as your president, I will focus on a few goals and accomplishments. Promoting our PGA professional and what you do every day is the most important thing to me. I think if we're promoting you, promoting the brand, keeping the brand strong. I bleed Red Sox red. I was talking to Dave McAdams about this morning. My father instilled it into me when I was little. But PGA Blue and Gold come in a close second. Employment. How important is employment to all of you? With the tireless efforts of Mike Packard, Larry Kelly, Mike Higgins, the Facility Relations Committee, we're going to try to keep PGA professionals in their jobs. We're going to try to keep PGA professionals in the jobs here in New England. So kudos to you, Larry, and the committee for doing what you do. I appreciate that. Develop new business. Did I go dead? Okay. To develop new business. Look at the partners that we have. And we just had 20 minutes of people coming up here. So we need to enhance those partnerships, create fundraising opportunities, create tournaments, create what we need through those partnerships. Grow the foundation. With the help of Rob Jarvis and the foundation committee, everything's come to fruition. Grow the game. What are we here for? We're here to grow the game. If we're not growing the game, we're not going to have future leaders. We're not going to have future people that we can teach. We're not going to have people come to the counter, buying balls, doing green fees, and whatever. Those are my goals as your president. Now for a few accomplishments. Obviously, we went through a lot of the stuff there, so thanks for stealing my thunder, Mike, on the video. But I'll move on from that. Again, the foundation has been incorporated. With the tireless effort of Rob Jarvis and the foundation committee, the grant process is out there. If you're looking for that stuff, and he will elaborate more when he gets up for his foundation speech, but we're really excited about the foundation. On the financial side, we've changed our investment company and created an investment policy to make sure that your money is safe. And again, Vice President Belden will get up and explain all of that process in his report. Mike had mentioned in his video the NEPGA University. NEPGA University is a brainchild of, I believe, Rob Jarvis and Mike Bradshaw, talking about trying to create a better way for us to get involved with our seminars, our education. And again, Secretary Bradshaw will elaborate on that when he comes up. Next slide, Dave. I'm not sure if anybody knows, but the membership directory has gone digital. So for those of you that flip phones and still have the dial phones at home, it might not work, okay? But the technology today is great. You can go on there. You've got a listing of all our sponsors, all our partners. You got a listing of all of our PGA members with their contact information. You got a contact of all the officers, all the board members, all the staff. Everybody is on there with their contact information. So we will not be handing out the old traditional membership directories that we did in the past. Download the app, You've got it all. If you need any help, I'm sure Kristen or somebody at the staff can certainly help you with that. For those of you that were at the PGA show this year, obviously we go every year, everybody goes. Mike and the staff met with over 65 sponsors during the show. As you can see, they're all here. They showed up today. I was fortunate to spend a day with Mike on Friday at the meeting, at the show. And the respect that he gets from the partners, the people that he's meeting with, truly should make you proud of the job that he does on our behalf. He's amazing. When we walked into the room, everybody knew who he was. Hi, Mike, how are you? What can I do for you? And to me, that is really important for the future of what we're going to do. And I know he's going to get into this with his executive director's report, but I think this year is going to be a banner year for us as far as sponsorship goes, for tournaments and for education, as far as monetary. Is that correct, Mike? Mike Higgins, myself, Alan Belden, and Mike Bradshaw were fortunate to go to Atlanta about a month ago, wasn't it, Noel? Right in that area, to meet the 4 candidates for the national secretary of the PGA. 4 outstanding men. It takes an unbelievable dedication, as you know, to do that. And I can promise you that the decision that Alan and I make when we're standing at that button, hitting the button, we'll go through a process to make sure that that person that we're voting for is going to do good for the New England section of the PGA. It's the first year, I think, in my tenure as an officer and a board member that we don't have somebody that we are backing right out of the gate. So it gives us a little bit of leverage, getting back to that leader acronym. We have a little bit of leverage to get some things that we want to get done. You know, we have a wonderful district director that is there for us as well with Noel, and he'll get up and talk later. But I think it's really important for the future that this decision we make is something that the New England section will really benefit from. And I'm excited about the process. And I want you to know it's not going to be my decision and Alan's decision. We are going to go through a due process with the board. If anybody knows those guys, shoot me a call, talk them up, because we really want to make sure that this process goes the right way and we really elect the right person. One of my really exciting things that I think is going to be fantastic is I have asked the Assistants Association, Brendan Ray, who was the board representative on the board of the Assistants Association, I've asked them to take over the Growth of the Game Committee. Who better to run Growth of the Game programming than our assistants under our tutorship? So I think it's really important that these guys are engaged. I mean, we had a little issue with the Growth of the Game Committee, but they're really engaged on what they're doing, and I'm really excited to get them moving forward, to really start running programs, use the foundation for their help, and really get things rolling on that end. Mike and I talked about this for quite a while. We are going to launch the NEPGA Ambassador Program. Now, we're excited to launch this program because we really think, now, if I'm going to use an example. We're looking at the member directory, and you can call up people and call peers or whatever. Now, I've been on the executive committee for 5 years now. I can look in the audience and see a handful of guys that have called me up and asked me what was going on in the section. Now, we all know. There's 13 of us that sit around the board table, and we know what's going on. But a lot of you don't. So what we're going to try to do is maybe pick a half a dozen to a dozen PGA members every year and bring them into the board meeting and make them ambassadors so that they can go back to their chapter, to their club, to their owner, and say, look, this is what the NEPGA is doing. And who better, if you don't want to call me, but you're comfortable with calling Jimmy Lane because he's a friend of yours, he knows what's going on. We want to be transparent. We want everybody to know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Okay, so this is a really big initiative. It's going to go out soon, Mike. We're going to try to pick these individuals. If anybody's interested, obviously, in doing this, step forward, because we'd love to have volunteers to come forward. We're also looking at this as creating future leaders. We were just talking about it this morning amongst the executive committee. Who's next? Who's next in line? Who wants to be the secretary? Who wants to? I mean, it generally comes from this table. Not necessarily. We're looking for future leaders. We want somebody to step up. And if anybody wants to know about what it takes, just ask Larry, myself, or Rob. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of really nice meetings and a lot of good people that we deal with. I'm going to segue into a little story first because I've got a little thing I want to talk about what my message is really going to be. But I'm going to talk about, there was an 8-year-old boy that was in love with baseball. Since he was 3 years old, his father was out in the backyard throwing the ball to him. He became really good at baseball. Back then, when this was happening, there was no T-ball, there was no AA league, it was just Little League baseball. You had to be from 9 to 12 to play. Well, he was 8, and his father was involved with the Little League. Gave a fake fake birth certificate to the league, and he got to try out. He made the team, and he was one of the best players on the team at 8 years old. One night, there was a knock on this little boy's door at home. Answers the door, and there's 3 gentlemen standing at the door. And they were all board of directors of the Little League. They said, we'd like to talk to your father. So back then, the father came in and said, go to your room. And the boy went to his room. There was an hour conversation between the 4 gentlemen. About an hour later, the father calls the little boy back into the room and says, I'm sorry, son, but you can't play Little League baseball. You're too young. They found out. Parents were jealous because you were good, so you're going to have to wait a year. Well, that year, that little boy took up golf. And it became the passion for the rest of his life. That little 8-year-old boy is standing right here in front of you. So that's how I got involved in golf. I couldn't play baseball, so I had to play golf. And leading into that is the reason why I said that story is my message to you today is, why are you here? For those of you that don't know, every year we get together in a planning session, the board officers, the board directors, the officers, we invite committee members, we invite chapter leadership, and we put together a 3 to 5 year plan for the section. This year, my first question was, why are you here? Now, the answers I got were pretty diverse, but it all came back to, I love the game, I have passion for the game. It was all about the game, okay? Well, I'm gonna let you know my why. Why am I here? The reason I'm here is because of all of you, okay? Every one of you, I mean, I see faces that I know, I see faces that I don't know. I have friends that I've known here for 30 years. So my why is you. And there's a big reason why right here. My best friend, okay, Tony Decker. Everybody knows Tony. I would not have met Tony if it wouldn't be for the game of golf. Tony and I have grown, I mean, I can call him and ask him about anything. I know his family, he knows mine. I would not have met him without the relationships that I've been fortunate to forge. My name is Ron Bebo. Sean Phillips. Pleasure to meet you, Sean. I've got a friend for life right now because of just introducing myself. So I give this to you, okay? You know I'm approachable. Everybody that knows me, I'm approachable. I could probably talk your ear off if you want to talk about the Red Sox or the Patriots or the NEPGA. See, Tony and I have this conflict because he's a Yankees fan, so we won't get into that. But we have great conversations. But the why are you here? Why did you become a golf professional? Is it because of the game? Yeah, we all, I mean, the obvious reason is we make a living at it, right? And we're doing it because when we're supporting our family and we're making money. Okay, but beyond that, what is the reason why we became golf professionals? So I'm gonna leave you with that. That's my message to you. When you go home today, I want you to think of your why. Think of that first time you picked up the club like I did. You know, the story that I told you is a true story. You know, I was 8 years old and I started playing golf and it became my passion from there on out, you know? So think about your why. Think about that past, if it was when you were 5, 10, whatever, and rekindle that passion you have for the game and move forward in your career and with the game. Thank you. That's all I have. It's an honor and a privilege to serve as your president, and I promise when I leave this post and when I leave the board, I will leave the NEPGA in a better place than what it was when I started. Thank you. Oh, I got to turn this off now, right? At this time, the chair calls on Alan Belden from Worcester Country Club to give the vice president's report. Alan?
Good morning, Ron. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. awesome to see such a great turnout. I guess the fact that there's still snow on the ground helps with the attendance, but it's great to see everybody come out here, spend time with the vendors, and get to reintroduce ourselves before we embark on another season. As the Vice President of the NEPGA, my primary responsibility is to chair the Finance Committee and oversee the section finances. At each of our section meetings, it is my duty to report on section finances and provide an update to the membership. In the 2017 golf season got off to a slow start with difficult weather, which created some challenges for many of us here in New England. And 2018 appears to be following suit, as March has had some of the toughest weather we have seen all winter. The New England section was certainly not immune last season, having lost 2 major section events due to the weather. And in spite of some of those challenges, the section staff was very diligent in controlling expenses and did a tremendous job with sponsorships. We were very fortunate to be able to continue to generate revenue through the tournament programs, and we remain on very solid ground financially as a section. Last fall, I had reported that our section finances were in a very healthy position, and we did close out 2017 ahead of our projected budget. The official launch of our foundation in 2017 and the moving of our junior tour into the foundation also helped to lay a solid foundation that we plan to build off of this season. Our section tournament participation remained constant in 2017, even with the loss of our 2 major championships, as previously mentioned. Tournaments remain our largest source of revenue, and they continue to be active at both the section and chapter levels. Our 6 chapters, the NEPGA Junior Tour and the New England Series, all enjoyed very successful seasons. The membership numbers as well as participation for the Junior Tour remained flat in 2017, but the New England Series set records in both membership and participation. The New England Series generated almost $200,000 for facilities as well as PGA professionals that own their own shop. With another solid membership drive this winter and with pre-registration numbers where they are now, we expect another banner year in 2018. The NEPGA staff has continued to do a terrific job of promoting events and recruiting players, and they also do a great job of controlling our operating expenses. A slight increase in ADP funding combined with the efforts of our section staff has made a significant impact on our finances, which in turn resulted in increased programs for our members and an increase in the tournament purses. We continue to have successful revenue-producing programs such as the Amateur Series and our travel pro-ams. These programs were originally created to offset a decline in national funding, but are now used to increase member services and offset our operating expenses. The New England section has not seen a dues increase since 2005, and it is a goal of the Finance Committee and the Board of Directors to continue to find alternate revenue streams so that we do not have to raise dues anytime soon. We hope you will encourage your facility to participate and support New England PGA programs, as this in turn will allow us to maintain the activities we are all accustomed to enjoying. Acquiring facilities for events is one of the toughest things that the section staff has to do. We all understand that having your membership or owner give up time for a section event may be difficult, but we respectfully ask for any help you can give in making your facility available in the coming seasons. The section saw an increase in total section and chapter activities in 2017. Our total section revenue in 2017 was $3,268,704, and our expenses were $2,931,667. In 2017, we saw our revenue increase by $140,859, and our expenses were reduced by $65,562. The Finance Committee met late last year. We reviewed the 2018 budget line by line. We approved our current budget and are always willing to make sure the staff has our full support, but we're also doing everything we can to control costs and spend our resources efficiently. A special thank you to all of my Finance Committee members for their input and support: Brian Bickford, Steve Mann, Mike Bradshaw, and Glenn Kelly. Thank you for your help. The financial successes of the section is reliant on making sure we have successful programs that directly benefit our members. It is our responsibility as a board to continually ask the questions of how can we improve our section programming and offerings? What can we do to promote NEPGA professionals and the New England PGA? And what can we do to support our members and associates? The launching of the NEPGA Foundation, the creation of the NEPGA PGA University, and the partnership with Avidia Bank are just a few of the items that we should all be proud of. Many people have put in a lot of time and effort to get these programs to be successful, and I can promise you that there is nobody in the boardroom who is interested in running it status quo. We are always looking for ways to improve and invite your ideas and feedback to help us stay on that path to being better each season. As many of our personal financial accounts, 2017 was an amazing year for the stock market. As we mentioned at the 2017 NEPGA annual meeting, the Board of Directors issued an RFP for financial advisors to oversee our long-term investment account. We, as everyone did, saw our investments increase, but we felt that we needed to make sure we were doing the best that we possibly could with the section funds on behalf of the membership. With the assistance of the Finance Committee and after a very extensive and diligent process, we narrowed our choices down to 2 firms and settled on Greystone Consulting, Morgan Stanley of Boston. With their help, we immediately rewrote our investment policy, which takes into account our level of risk for the section investments, foundation funds, as well as academic scholarships. This allowed us to put a plan into place that will provide guidance to the current Board of Directors and those that will follow us in the future. The Board of Directors is also too excited that Greystone Consulting has agreed to extend the very generous 1% fee that they offer to the New England section to all of our PGA members. This is a member benefit that we worked hard to obtain on behalf of you, the membership. We are delighted that Greystone was willing to include this benefit in our partnership. The staff at Greystone are very happy to assist our PGA professionals on an individual basis. If you would like more information regarding that, please contact me or the section staff. To date, the investment fund has done very well and currently sits at just over $2 million. This is inclusive of section and chapter contributions over the last 8 years, as well as interest earned. You can see behind me a breakdown of these long-term investment funds on the pie graph. This chart shows that 55% of the funds are made up of section money, 24% is made up of foundation money and scholarship investments. 18% of the money is reserved in a building fund for a future home site, and 3% of the total funds is invested for our chapters. We continue to be diligent in our financial planning, and it is our goal to continue to grow the funds, but I can assure you that we will do it with a manageable and well thought out approach. I'm going to go off script here for just 1 minute as I close here. I just want to say it's my pleasure to serve with all the gentlemen at this table here and all of the rest of the people on the board. And I just want to tap into one thing that Ron said, your why and the reason why you were here. We all got into this golf business because of the game of golf and because we enjoy being around people. And I think that we forget sometimes what our why is and we get lost in the administrative of our jobs and we get overwhelmed. And I hear that a lot. And I'm asking you this spring to go back to your roots and find out why you got in the business. These gentlemen sitting at this table, Jack Neville, Donnie Lyons, Steve Napoli, Jim Tobin, Jim Lane, Jimmy Norris, Larry Kelly, are all inspirations to me. They make a difference in what we do, and I hope that I can inspire you to make a difference in what you do at your jobs each day. That's why we do what we do. We're important to one another. And the reason why we all get involved and spend hours in the boardroom is because we care about each of you, and we want to make this the best that we can be. So I'm going off script just because it matters, and it's important to me. So I thank you for your time. And am I pulling a name right now? I'm going to get to give away $250 after that. So where's the bucket? 10% fee. Oh, Jesus. Really? I'm going to announce this one first. Now, this is very, very apropos, because I think with all the money that we spent in the Dominican and Mexico together, I think he does owe me half. Where's Eddie Kirby? Where's Kirby? Did he leave?
No, he's right there.
Eddie, $250. Eddie, I think at least $1.25 is, with all the money we left at the casino in the Dominican.
Thank you.
Congrats, Eddie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Belden. My poll, which I was supposed to do after my speech, is Peter Bracey. Peter, you still here? Perfect. $250, bud. We'll send it to you. At this time, the chair calls on Mike Bradshaw of Kirkbrake Country Club to give the secretary's report. Mike?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's always exciting to come to the spring meeting and see all the faces, obviously some old and some new. And after a long, hard winter season, I think we're all looking forward to finally getting on the golf course, re-engaging with our friends. And as Alan mentioned, all of us are part of an excellent association, and our section is second to none. And we're fortunate to be able to get together, I think, at this meeting, kick off the golf season. A little bit of housekeeping before we get going. As President Bebo mentioned, the roll call for today's meeting is covered by the registration process. You would have had to sign in when you come in, and please make sure you do sign out with a member of the section staff when you leave the meeting. One other little bit, as we go through this report, and you'll see from this point forward, you'll hear mention of PGA associates. So beginning in 2018, they are no longer called apprentice professionals. Apprentices are now called associate professionals. So you'll hear that as we kind of go through the report. All it is a simple change in terminology, but it's just a new term for the old apprentice, which is now considered an associate. Okay. So currently, the New England section has 1,046 members, made up of 909 Class A professionals and 137 associate members, which results us in being the 9th largest section in the PGA. This total membership number is actually down 8 from the 2017 spring meeting, but please remember that this does not include any of our professionals who head down south or to warmer climates for the winter months and then have not processed their change forms to come back to the section. That being said, this is the first time in 5 years that we've had any type of decline in our spring membership count. As you look a little further down the slide, you'll see our facility count in the New England section currently stands at 941 facilities in the geographical area, of which 468 or 49.7% are staffed by PGA professionals. Of that 941 facilities, 667 of them would be considered green grass facilities, and they have 59.4% or 396 of them have a PGA presence. 59.4, excuse me. Now, while that may seem like an impressive number, I personally feel that this leaves us a tremendous growth opportunity for our section. I'm going to kind of go off script, but it's actually on my script. Without taking too much of your time, I'd like to just tell everybody a real quick story about a golf professional back in Rhode Island named Peter Walsh, and how his story could actually be the playbook for our association and our potential growth. Peter was a great player years ago, but gave up the chase of the mini tours in order to provide for his family. He had his own construction business, but always felt that the passion of the game was burning inside of him. This passion led him to decide to get back into the golf business, and he approached the owner of King's Crossing, which is a small 9-hole public facility in Rhode Island, about becoming the facility's golf professional. King's Crossing has never had a golf professional. Many of us will probably walk into this facility and think it probably never would have a golf professional. But Peter was able to show the owner of the facility what he was missing, which was the value and the branding that come with employing a PGA golf professional. 2017 was the first year that Peter was at King's Crossing, and this facility saw a tremendous increase in rounds and revenue, solely due to his leadership and his efforts on behalf of the facility. I'm happy to say that Peter is back in the business that he truly loves, and is currently an associate head professional, working towards his membership while returning to King's Crossing for the 2018 season. So Peter's story is where I see our association's potential. When you refer to the facility numbers, back on the slide, there's 271 green grass facilities in our geographical area that do not have a PGA presence. And I understand that some of them may not provide a viable option for one of our members, but many of them just need to be shown the benefits of having a PGA professional and a PGA presence and how it can dramatically help their facility. When I was fortunate to go back to go to the respective chapters back in the fall, I spoke about the PGA professional being the rock star at their facility. As we spread this message loud and clear throughout the section, it will not only create new opportunities for golf professionals, but strengthen us as a section and as an association. I truly ask anybody who knows of a facility that does not have a PGA presence but could use a Peter Walsh to be their rock star, please let any member of the board, the membership committee, the facility relations committee, or the section staff know, and we will do our best to make this come to fruition. Of the 137 associates, now we're back to the script, as you can tell, in the New England section, 38 are currently suspended, which means that 28% of our associates are suspended. This number is exactly the same as the fall of 2017 and is actually a little bit below the national average suspension rate. The one problem that we have in the New England section is that rate has actually been increasing, and I feel that that's an issue. If you do know of an associate who is struggling, whether they're suspended or they're on the verge of being suspended, please implore him or her to reach out to any member of the section staff. As Alan mentioned, I mean, this table up here, these 8 gentlemen up front, they have hundreds of years of experience, and they're more than willing to help anybody out. Please have them reach out for the assistance that they need, because everybody is always happy to help. On a positive note, we're always proud of our associates when they complete their education and become members of this fantastic association. Since the fall meeting, we've had 13 individuals in our section complete this important task. At this time, I will name all of these new members, and if they are present, I'd ask them to come to the front of the room, where President Bebo will present them with a PGA pin that can be proudly worn from this day forward. This is just a small token of congratulations from the over 1,000 members of the New England section. Please come forward and remain in place for a few photos, and I do ask that everyone please hold their applause until all of the members have been introduced. All right. Chris Abbott, PGA, Shelter Harbor Club. John Koza, PGA, Titleist. Nicholas Desjardins, PGA, Brayburn Country Club. Tyler Graycon, PGA, Shelter Harbor Club. Ross Holtzclaw, PGA, Wanamoysic Country Club. Alexander Hoyos, PGA, Essex County Club. Brian Hunt, PGA, Belmont Country Club. James LeClaire, PGA, Lake Maury Country Club. Kevin Liskowski, PGA, Wellesley Country Club. Matthew Lombard, PGA, Winchester Country Club. Christopher McHugh, PGA, Essex County Club. Thomas Russell, PGA, Wanamoysic Country Club. Alec Vazzola, PGA, Marshfield Country Club. Please join me in congratulating these gentlemen onto their election to the membership of the PGA. Thank you. As we see young men and women beginning their careers in this tremendous game that we all love, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the New England section continues to be one of the leaders in continuing education of our professionals. We currently have 82 certified golf professionals in our section, which is the 4th highest total in the country and 3rd highest by percentage. Those who take the extra steps to become certified and then possibly continue on to master professional are able to build their brand with something tangible to take back to their facility. At this time, if you could please take a moment and stand if you are a certified professional or a master professional. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your continued improvement has not only made you a better golf professional, but it has assisted in all of us in helping make our association and section stronger. I would urge any of you that have started the certified program and have not completed to do your best to finish it in a timely fashion. The certified program is undergoing a major overhaul this year with a new 3-step process to master professional, consisting of specialist, certified, and then on to master professional. Current certified professionals will remain at the certified level, but if you have not done so by the time when the new program begins, you may have to go into this new specialist level at that time. Another tremendous milestone that occurs in your career as a PGA professional is when you pass 25 or 50 years of service. It's a true testament to you and the contributions to the game that you make to reach these benchmarks. And we've had 2 section professionals do such over the winter. Barry Churchill, PGA, has become a member of the Quarter Century Club, and Dennis Grasso, PGA, has become a member of the Half Century Club. Can we please get a quick round of applause for these two gentlemen on their career path? Switching gears, as most of you probably know, June 15th is the end of the current MSR cycle. To quickly remind everyone, each PGA professional is required to accumulate 54 MSR hours during the required cycle, of which 36 of those must come from the PGA required category. This category is made up of player development programming, education, and meetings. Player development credits are earned by creating, conducting, and engaging in programs that support player development initiatives such as Junior League Golf and Get Golf Ready. Meeting credits are earned by attending chapter, section, and national meetings. Members may attend a meeting even if they are not members of that specific section and/or chapter. Education credits are earned by attending PGA-sanctioned seminars and workshops, completing PGA-accredited online education, and participating in completing online classes as part of the certified and/or master professional programs. Here in the New England section, the Board of Directors and the Education Committee have made a concerted effort to provide ample opportunities for our section professionals. For example, did you know that when you factor in 6 chapters, associates, and senior associations, and the section itself, there are 38 MSR hours available each year, just in the meeting category. If a section professional were to attend just his or her specific chapter meeting, the spring and fall section meetings for 3 years, that professional would have earned 30 of the 36 required, PGA required category MSRs, basically completing that category just by attending those meetings. Also, since the beginning of this cycle in 2015, the section has held 66 different educational events at geographic locations throughout, resulting in over 200 potential hours of high-quality, valuable education on a vast array of topics. This is a tremendous undertaking by the staff, the Education Committee, and the PGA professionals themselves, and I would wager that this number of opportunities would be the envy of many other sections. I'm also proud to say that I feel our section educational program continues to improve. Committee co-chair Graham Cunningham of Framingham Country Club and the entire committee are devoted to providing New England section professionals with pertinent education that will help each and every one of us on a daily basis. Every potential event is vetted, and if it doesn't fall into one of the 5 pillars of instruction, merchandising, personal wellness, golf operations, or career development, that it does not get the section committee's seal of approval. And now that seal of approval carries even more weight with the newly introduced NEPGA University. Launched over the winter, NEPGAU is a partnership of the section, its sponsors, and most importantly, you, the PGA professionals, to create opportunities through education, as you can see in the tagline. This cooperation and branding allows for unbelievable sponsor support and endless educational platforms for the entire section. For example, in the upcoming 5 weeks, we have 2 tremendous events planned. On Tuesday, April 10th, at Framingham Country Club, we will host an NEPGA Technology Symposium supported by Ping Golf, Earnest Sports, Super Speed Golf, and Arcos Golf. Dr. Eric Henriksen, Director of Innovation and Testing for Ping Golf, and this guy's a legitimate rocket scientist. Sorry, I had to go off the script for a second. Like, he's a rocket scientist. Sorry. He will be giving our keynote speech, and we will look forward to his insight on the roles that technology play in our ever-changing game. Then on Wednesday, May 9th, at this little place called Kirkbrae, somewhere down in Rhode Island, is the New England PGA Club Fitting Conference, supported by PXG and True Spec Golf. Live hands-on club fittings will be part of a day that focuses on how you, the golf professional, can not only use club fitting to make more money for you at your facility, but also grow your rock star status at your facility. Then, coming this fall, you will see an exciting new opportunity with the NEPGAU branded video channel that will be available for all section professionals. Kristen Garone, Kristen's here somewhere, is our Director of Marketing Communications. She's been crisscrossing New England for the last 3 or 4 weeks, videotaping a number of the events that fall into our educational pillars. These videos will be edited and with the cooperation of our fantastic university partners posted online for all section professionals to view and learn from. This will be a truly innovative and exciting offering for our section professionals, and I honestly think it's probably going to be the only one in the country at this point, I think, which is something we have to look forward to. But with all this excellent education, that being said, only 58%, or 454, of our section professionals have taken advantage of at least one educational offering since the beginning of this cycle. If you know of a section professional who has not attended one of our offerings or our events, please urge him or her to do so. It only takes one nugget from one event to help you build your brand at your facility. I know when I attend an event, all I'm looking to do is grab one idea, maybe two if I'm lucky, that I can steal and take back to Kirkby and use to impress my members. As the saying goes, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. To close, I'd like to urge everyone to stay active and engaged in your chapter and your section. Look around this room today. These are your peers. As Alan mentioned, we're here. What is your why? You're here because of a game. Golf, a game that we all love. We grew up loving as kids. Maybe we came to the game late, but that's why we're here. Attending these meetings is one of the few times that we as professionals can gather together, and it also allows you to keep your finger on the pulse of your section and your association. I truly hope that every one of you knows that I'm here to serve you, the NEPGA member, and you can rest assured that the fellow officers, the board of directors, and our unbelievable section staff have the best interest of the section professional in mind with every decision that we make. Every tournament, every seminar, every newsletter, every email. They're all for one reason, and it's to benefit you, the New England PGA professional. Please let me know if I can ever be of any assistance to any of you, and please feel free to contact me at any time at the club, shoot me an email, or pull me aside at a meeting, and I will do my best to help you out. I thank you all for your time, and your trust in me to serve as our section secretary, and wish you all a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2018 season. Thank you. And now I get to give away money. I don't know what's on the floor. Kirby, did you put 2 cards in here? Oh, the big prize, you're still eligible? Okay. Rob Hardy. Where's Rob? There he is. Already spent your money.
Thank you, Secretary Belden. Now I would like to call on our Executive Director, Mike Higgins, to give his report. Mike?
Don't you think we all need a walk-up song just like Major League Baseball when we come up to play? You know, when I first stood here in my first spring meeting as executive director, I stood here and said this was my 101st day serving the New England section membership as your executive director. Well, today is my 2,642nd day on the job, and there's no place that I would rather be. You know, the theme song, the walk-up, life is a highway, there's a little meaning behind that with my presentation. And when I'm talking about life is a highway, I'm not talking about getting in your car and driving from Boston to Southern California like I'd like to do. I'm talking about the journey. I'm talking about the journey. Where's the clicker here, Dave? That life is a highway, and sometimes we actually feel like this poor guy here, where not only did you get run over, but they painted a line on your back while you were lying there. And that's also a good picture for some of those at your facilities, some of the employees that maybe say, you know what, that's not my job, that's not my responsibility. I paint the lines, I don't pick up the armadillos. But I wanted to start with a little humor in the presentation, because recently I've been receiving a lot of communication from some PGA professionals that are not enjoying this highway. And for some reason, a lot of PGA members are not only getting out of the business, but they're resigning their membership, and they're doing it rather quickly. And those PGA professionals are telling me that they feel like they've been run over and they've had the line painted on their back. And a common theme that these PGA members would tell me is that I don't really feel like I get a value for being a PGA member. I don't really feel like I'm getting a value for my dues. And I wanted to have a twofold presentation here. One, to actually show a tangible value, but then show the intangible value as well. There's a plethora of benefits to being a member of the PGA of America, both tangible and intangible. PGA member benefits are not the same for everyone. Just like your level of involvement with the New England PGA or the PGA of America is not the same for everyone. Think about being home with your family on movie night and trying, just a family of four, trying to figure out what movie to watch that evening. It's going to be different. Or dinner with your family. Each one wants a different meal. How about this morning, here all of us, who had coffee, who grabbed a tea, who had a muffin, maybe who had a bagel on the way in, who didn't have anything at all. As you've heard me talk before, in the section talk before, the New England PGA tries to incorporate benefits into our programs. We have a lot of partners here, as you can tell. But the PGA of America also does a really good job providing benefits for our PGA professionals. And much like your decision of whether you put butter or jelly on your bagel this morning, the benefits for all 27,000 PGA members are going to be different across the country. Just like Bangor, Maine is different than Boston. Think about Boise compared to New York City. So my point is, there's not a one-size-fits-all for member benefits. They're going to be really different no matter where you are individually. It's going to be different for each person. But I do strongly believe that there is something for everyone. So I wanted to take your dues real quick, and I know it's a lot of money that either you or your facility pays each year, but $100, your national dues, every PGA professional, $100 of your dues goes to the PGA of America. And the New England section dues, $440 stays here with New England. That pays for your section staff, that pays for your program supplies, it puts the lights on in the office or the van that we drive. You pay $25 for liability insurance, everyone does, and you pay $34 towards your life insurance policy. And then there's two others, financial assistance, disaster relief, that come pre-populated at $30, and they're optional. So you can either opt in, opt out, or increase that a little bit more if you feel necessary. So certainly, as the 9th largest section, we actually have the 9th highest dues in the country. So I wanted to take a point to point this out and see if we can compare some of the benefits, see if they cover the cost. But I wanted to start by going on to log into pga.org to review some of the benefits offered to PGA professionals. I had to, believe it or not, when I log in as staff, I don't get to see what you all have to see, so I have to borrow a friend of mine's account to go in here. And before I get going, I don't know if you can see that number on there, but 184 earned MSRs. Mike Packard, great job. And I'm sure you don't report them all. But PGA.org is extremely easy to navigate, and there are volumes of information on this website. And this is not going to be a tutorial on how to use PGA.org, believe me. But believe it or not, there are a significant amount of benefits if you just get involved. Does anybody ever see this page here in your PGA.org, the perks and discount page? There are partner discounts with companies such as KitchenAid, Omega, Delta, True Green, and many, many more. You know, when I use True Green for my yard, I've certainly used Delta. I've used, when we built our home, I have KitchenAid appliances in my home, so I've taken advantage of some of these benefits. There's also a new perk spot that Noel Gebauer is going to talk about in his presentation that has many discounts for PGA professionals at many places that we use every day, the Walmarts, the Targets, 800 Flowers. Golf Retirement Plus is a benefit to our PGA professionals where a percentage of your purchases, at certain purchases, can go into your retirement. Employment is a benefit for our PGA professionals. There's a wage and hour consultant that's on retainer from the PGA of America that PGA professionals have access and can utilize. Anybody ever use Career Links and all the stuff that's included on there with access to compensation data, facility demographics, all the research tools that are on there with the compensation information, operations surveys. There are enough stats on PGA.org to make an accountant blush. Playing opportunities for our PGA professionals, the ability to play in national championships, PGA Golf Club, or Valhalla. There are travel and leisure benefits with partners like National Car Rental, Premier Golf, or Delta. How about some benefits here? Anybody ever see this page? If you utilize any office supplies for yourself or your facility, the percentage of the discounts you can receive at Office Max. Anybody ever use PGA Trade-In Network? How about all the marketing and creative resources that are on here for our PGA professionals? Revenue Scorecard, PGA Annual Budget Model. How many PGA professionals have used that in their operation? There are templates, pre-locked and loaded templates where you just need to edit your name, your facility name for flyers for Get Golf Ready or PGA Sports Academy. Education. As Secretary Bradshaw mentioned, the section has invested a significant amount in education. And so has the PGA of America has invested a lot into this category with new CPP and various seminars across the section, and the workshops that are at the merchandise show in Orlando or the Vegas show. Small benefits like email accounts. How many of you have a PGA email address? You have access to a company called All Day Communications. I don't know if anyone even knows that, but they can help you with writing press releases or communication material for any of your programs at your facility. So maybe let's take a little bit and try to put some of these onto a value. Now this is just fun. Let's have some fun with this. This is just a little bit of an illustration, but let's see if these benefits kind of match up to the cost of your dues. So how about that infamous magazine subscription that you all get? On the cover it says $5, so that's a lot, $60 for an annual subscription. But that magazine, if you do look through it, is full of best practices. It's full of retail trends and teaching tips. It is actually a pretty well done magazine. It's enjoyable to read, but the information in there is pretty solid for that $5 sticker price. Let's assume that some of you take advantage of some of the tangible benefits. Maybe you use National Car Rental. Maybe you're a National Car Rental Emerald Isle Club member. You use Office Max a little bit. Maybe you bought an Omega watch. Obviously, this is going to be different for each PGA professional, how you utilize these benefits, so we'll just put in $50 for that. Now, Golf Retirement Plus, not everyone here is going to be able to take advantage of Golf Retirement Plus to the full extent, but there are some personal benefits that everyone can utilize. Discounts on Delta Airlines flight, or maybe you use PerkSpot to buy flowers for your significant other a couple times a year. So let's add, say, another $50 for this category. Rob Jarvis and the Jarvis family told me that in 2017 they saved over $400 on their flights using the discount on Delta. That's pretty significant. How about that paying appointment catalog? Just be honest, anybody still use it? Perfect. So we'll give that a $10. Give that a $10 value. Let's say you do utilize All Day Communications to help some of your programs, promote some of your programs, some of the marketing material. That's about a $75 value. This one's a big one, the liability insurance. It costs $25 for a PGA member. And I don't know if everyone really understands how much of a benefit that is. If you're instructing at your facility, you need that. You need to have that insurance. I have a friend of mine who is a golf professional. He's an instructor, but he's not in the PGA. He's not a PGA member. And he has to, in the private market, get that insurance. And he's like, you'll never believe how much this liability insurance costs me. It costs me $650 a year. That costs PGA members $25. So we'll subtract the $25 from the $650, and it's a $625 benefit. And then you have the life insurance policy for PGA professionals. You're not going to see any of that because you're going to be dead, but that's going to be certainly helpful for your family at a very difficult time. How about your NEPGA credit card? The credit card pays you $100 a year to have that card. Literally pays you $100 a year of a card. And if you use it and you spend $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year, that pays you another $200. So that's a $300 annual benefit to PGA professionals, which brings our total up to about $1,170. But wait, there's more. Let's add a few more of the measurable benefits. Any of you ever attend the PGA merchandise show? You get in for free. You can bring up to 4 non-PGA members to the show. So if you ever brought a spouse, family member from your club and owner, some friends. How about purchasing a home or refinancing a home? With our partners at Avidity Bank, they give PGA professionals only $500 off on closing costs. The disaster relief fund that you contribute to, now you may think this may never help you, but I know several PGA professionals that are thankful that they received some money from this disaster relief fund. Hurricanes, the nasty nor'easters we've had, the floods in Vermont a couple of years ago. We even had a tornado touchdown in Massachusetts not too long ago. These checks from $2,000 to $5,000 certainly are not going to, save you if your house falls in the Atlantic Ocean, but it's going to certainly be a help. The Benevolent and Relief Fund, unfortunately, the U.S. law requires that you have to be legally destitute to receive any money from this fund. But again, if you are in need of it, you're probably going to view that as a lifesaver. And the PGA of America offers $200,000 a year in college scholarships to PGA members' children and grandchildren. And the New England section gives about another $30,000 to $50,000 a year in academic scholarships to children and grandchildren of New England PGA professionals. And as you all know, whatever you're saving is not enough. So every little bit helps. So let's put some value to this. We're going to carry over the previous benefits. Let's try to add up a few more. PGA merchandise show for you and a spouse or a couple friends to come. We'll put in a $50 value for that. A video bank closing costs are $500. We'll put that in there. Let's say you have that corporate business account. Remember, the second quarter every year, they push the pause button on any interest or any payments needed. So let's say you just have a small $2,000 balance. For those 3 months, you're not paying any interest on your balance. So while you're loading up your shop, you can utilize this. Let's say at $2,000 for 90 days, $15 a month in savings. We'll put a $45 benefit in there. Now, if you carry a bigger balance, it's going to be more of a savings. Disaster relief. Let's just put that as a $30 benefit, and let's just pray that you never have to utilize it. And benevolent relief, we won't put anything in there, but again, if you need it, you're probably going to view it as a lifesaver. And then for the scholarships, we'll put in $10 for benefit for national with, say, 20,000 members at $200,000, and then we'll put in another $10 for the New England section as a benefit. So our total's looking pretty good at about $18.15. How about golf? Anybody enjoy playing golf or watching some of the best players in the world? Did you know that once a year you get to play Valhalla Golf Club as a PGA member at no cost? So for a regular guy like me, I never take those opportunities for granted. As a PGA member, you get on the grounds at Augusta National for the Masters. On eBay, a practice round right now is selling for $350, and the season badge I've seen as much as $5,000 for the week. 2020 is going to be a Ryder Cup year, a domestic Ryder Cup year for the PGA of America. I've been to a Ryder Cup. I've been to other sporting events, and the Ryder Cup literally is the greatest sporting event I've ever been to. Now, the U.S. won, so maybe I'm a little swayed to my opinion, but it's like a college football game. If you guys are college football fans, it's like a college football game on a golf course for 3 days. Plus, at the Ryder Cup and PGA Championship, you're able to bring a guest. So if you were to buy a week-long pass for the Ryder Cup, it's going to cost about $500. StubHub was listing them for $1,000 when I was looking at last year's. And our association, if you've never been to the Ryder Cup or the PGA Championship, does a phenomenal job for PGA professionals on site. They have a member tent that has the telecast. You're able to purchase food and drink and get out of the heat and enjoy some AC. So the PGA really does roll out the carpet for PGA members. And if you have ever made it down to PGA Golf Club in Port St. Lucie, you get a discount on the greens fees at Port St. Lucie, unless you play with Jim Remy, and then it's free. So I don't have his number up here, but I'll give everybody Jim Remy's phone number if you want to play golf with Rem while you're down there. Pretty much every major golf event, PGA members have access. If you want to go to Shinnecock this June for the U.S. Open, PGA members get in the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, Senior Open, the U.S. Amateur. If you want to go to Carnoustie in July for the Open Championship, PGA members get in. All PGA members get into PGA Tour events, and their immediate family can accompany them. So your spouse, your children, and PGA member parents can also attend with them. PGA members get into all World Golf Championships, LPGA events, PGA Championship, Senior PGA Championship, KPMG Women's PGA Championship, and once again, at the PGA Championship and the Ryder Cup, they have the member hospitality for our PGA professionals, members, and guests. Anybody ever call a golf course in the section or outside the section to play golf? Ever bring a friend, a family member? Did you ever bring a member from your club? This is not a right as a PGA professional, but it's a common professional courtesy. And a little tip: do yourself and the rest of us a favor when you do play someone else's facility. Be sure to thank them before and after your round of golf, and write them an email or a thank you note. And if you have the resources to extend the favor back to them and invite them back to your facility, please do. So back to my numbers here. Based on the eBay price of the Masters tickets and the face value of the Ryder Cup tickets, it's about $6,000. So a trip once every 20 years will cost about $300 annually. We have one PGA Tour event in our section. We have the U.S. Senior Open in our section last year, and maybe you brought a family of four to TPC Boston once. So we'll put $100 in there for that. Maybe you play 2 courtesy rounds of golf a year, so we'll put a real modest and conservative $100 in there. So that brings up our running total to about $2,315. And if you were a person on the street trying to maximize all the PGA benefits, it's going to run into the tens of thousands of dollars in benefits if you take advantage of them to their full potential. Now, if you sit in your living room and just try to watch TV, you're never going to realize any of these benefits. But if you can just engage at all, you're going to realize how special it is to be a PGA member. And when that PGA member benefit sheet comes to you, don't just toss it aside, because of the benefits that you have through the PGA of America and through the New England PGA are pretty significant. My slides not moving, Dave. There we go. Now, do you guys look at your PGA member, after that, do you look at your PGA membership as a coupon book? I know none of you feel that way, because that's not what it is. I know it means a lot more to you, and it's really special to each and every one of you. And if someone were to try to buy your PGA membership from you, I know a lot of you in this room would not sell it for any money, any amount of money in the world. I was just trying to prove a little bit of a point and try to put a value on some of the benefits, some of the tangible benefits for being a PGA professional. And certainly don't get me wrong, because these tangible benefits are great. I treasure my trips to the Ryder Cup and PGA Championship and the PGA Tour events that I've been to, and I can't thank you all enough for the many countless complimentary rounds of golf you've extended to me over the years through my career with the New England PGA. And I have almost 2 million reward points on my New England PGA credit card as well. But is this why you became a PGA member? Are these benefits why you decided to get into the PGA? Were these benefits your why? Now, is any of this stuff the real value to those 3 initials after your name? Every point that I made so far up to this point is just fluff. Everything I've talked about is just fluff. They're nice benefits, but anybody can buy any of that stuff. Anybody can pay for that stuff. So now back to the beginning of my presentation. The real value to being a PGA member are the things that you cannot purchase for any price. If you're here right now because you need MSRs, or maybe this is your first New England section meeting, you may not realize the benefits of being a PGA professional yet, but the value in being here today are the people that you're sitting next to in this room, the men and women that are here in these seats today. This logo here. Be proud of your PGA membership. They're not given away. You earned it. You earned your PGA membership. And it's hard for me to believe how quickly some of those PGA members were to resign, how quickly they resigned their membership. I'm not sure if they truly understood the value of being a PGA member. Show how proud you are of your affiliation with the PGA of America. Wear that logo whenever possible. If you ran into me today, I was trying to pass out as many PGA pins as possible so you can wear them when you have, when you have a golf shirt on, you have a PGA logo shirt. I want to have a pin on your jackets when you're wearing your suits. For years, I accused the PGA of America of taking that logo and locking it away with all these rules of when you could use it, how you couldn't use it, but use it. Do you refer to yourselves as golf professionals, or do you refer to yourselves as PGA professionals, even in casual conversation? How about on your business cards? What do your business cards look like? I texted 3 PGA professionals. I didn't tell them why I texted them. I just said, can you take a picture of your business card and send me your business card? I want to see what they look like. Do your cards proudly display the PGA logo? Larry, I think yours went through a washing machine. You may want to iron that next time. How about on your facility website? How are you listed on your website? Are you listed as a golf professional, or are you listed as a PGA professional? How about on your golf shop? When people walk into your golf shop and you have the signs of you and all your staff, are you listed as a PGA professional? Is there a PGA logo on that side, or does it just say Golf Pro? If you can remember, I'd love you to take a picture of your business card and email it to me or text it to me. I'd love to see how our PGA professionals' cards work. Because even the non-golfers in the world, they know what those initials represent. There's a value and there's a power behind the brand. You earned it, so use it. Any association has a single purpose. The programs and direct or indirect benefits, all residual effects on this purpose. So to do things together that we cannot do alone. So what's great about the New England PGA is you're not alone. You're in this together. So together, with cooperation and interchange between members, jointly, in collaboration, side by side, in unison, with one accord. You get the point? You're in this together, between members, between you and you and you. So connect with your fellow PGA professionals, network. Together, you're all stronger. And find inspiration. I still remember one of my first section meetings as a staff member that I ever attended. I started hearing about all these programs being done by some guy named Bob Beach, who happened to win a section award that year. And at the awards program that year, I was so in awe by the great things that were said about this PGA professional by his peers, and I was in awe with his accomplishments. To this day, almost 20 years later, I still remember that evening, and that evening still motivates me. That one of my professional goals became at that day to just earn a fraction of the respect that Bob Beach had earned from his peers. So who do you find your inspiration from? Who in this room inspires you? Who got you into this business? Who was your first mentor? Maybe connect with that person every once in a while just to rejuvenate your inspiration. The PGA has plenty of resources to keep you book smart. The PGM program is thorough. It requires a great amount of time and effort to go through. PGA universities offer a college degree to become a PGA professional. And the certified program is wonderful, and it provides you a path to your PGA MBA, if you will. There's no substitute for formal education. I truly believe in that. It gives you a base of knowledge, but that's exactly what it gives you, a base or a foundation. The education I want to impress upon you is to learn from your peers, your fellow PGA professionals. If I want to learn about the golf swing, the theory of the golf swing, or how to play the game, I can watch videos online. I can read a book. And those certainly have value. But when I take a lesson from my PGA professional, Alan Belden, I learn how to apply it. I can see it, I can feel it, and when he has me trying to clear my hips and I hit it fat and I get mud in my face, I can taste it. So together we know more than the sum of all parts. So I challenge each of you to have a conversation with one of our section award winners. I really do. And try to have a conversation with them and not come out with one idea or some point of inspiration, just a nugget, if you will, that you can take home and instill in your operation. When you visit another golf facility or you come to a meeting like this, you should leave feeling like it was an idea factory. The 66 education seminars that Secretary Bradshaw spoke about, the 2 seminars that we have here today with our Golf Professionals of the Year and the Merchandiser of the Year panel can spark countless ideas that can make you or your operation better. If you're not going to the panel this afternoon with the best of the best in our section, what are you doing today on this snowy day that's more important than going and listening to our past Golf Professionals of the Year and our Merchandisers of the Year? Bigger idea generation, solutions to our problems and issues come from us together. Borrow what you see working from your fellow PGA professionals. We do it all the time with executive directors. We always ask what's going on in other sections, what can we implement in our sections, and share what you do with your brothers and sisters. Get more out of your PGA membership by putting more into your PGA membership. If you only take advantage of one member benefit, go have a cup of coffee with Brian Bain or Mike Packard. These 2 guys are the biggest tools that I know. They literally are, these guys are literally in the trenches every day working on behalf of PGA professionals to assist with their PGA Junior League programs at their facilities, and they're assisting PGA professionals with their careers. They talk to more employers, they talk to more PGA professionals, they talk to more of others in the golf industry. Plus, they can pull from experience from other tools. I mean, league managers and career consultants from across the country. So learn from these 2 gentlemen. Sponsors. I had to add this and mention this. Now, I'm proud of the accomplishments that we have with our base of sponsors, and I'm confident that we're going to hit $500,000 this year with section sponsorships at the section and chapter level for 2018. That money's for you. That money's for you to play for. It's for your education. It's to help improve our programs. We're really proud of that. And I think for the most part, our PGA professionals have a pretty good awareness of who our sponsors are, and I think you guys understand how this game works. We're really good at giving recognitions to our partners on website banners, on-site signage. We thank them numerous times. But what our partners really want, what they really want is they want an impact on their business. I want you to help impact their business. Now, I would never tell any of you in this room that you have to buy a product solely because a company is a section sponsor. Now, of course, I do ask repeatedly and consistently that when making a decision, that you do give them a look. Just give them a look. And at the section, one of the things we promise our partners that we'll never buy a product for any of our events or for our PGA professionals if they're not from a sponsor. So we only buy products from our sponsors. Now, I know I can't ask you to do that in your golf shop and for your own business, but maybe think about it every once in a while. Think about giving them a chance. And if one of the products that these fine folks here today fits your needs, be sure to tell them that the fact that they're a section sponsor helped influence your decision. Because you cannot believe the impact that has on future sponsorships, and you can't believe how fast that word spreads, that how investing in the New England PGA is good for their business. I mean, look at all that. That's pretty special. But once again, you cannot make a withdrawal if you don't make enough deposits. Now, this isn't an exact accusation. I'm not trying to make an accusation. It's just a fact about anything in life, whether it's your checking account, your golf game, or your marriage or your relationship. You can't take out enough deposits, withdrawals, if you don't put in enough deposits. Position of influence. Use your position of influence to make a positive impact on the lives of those around you. Now, this is just Mike Higgins' opinion here, but I think if you're lucky enough to be successful, and I'm not talking about financially successful, if you're lucky enough to be successful, you have a responsibility to give back. PGA professionals are all intertwined. We're responsible for growing the game, and I think we're really responsible for making New England and the world a better place for one another. I truly do. And golf professionals have the ability to do that. Like Secretary Bradshaw said, you guys are the rock stars at your facility. You're the rock stars in your community. You can move your needle. And how many times in 2017 did you use your influence to give back? This is something to think about here. And I'm not talking about giving back when you were compensated for it. I'm talking about truly giving back. I know PGA professionals that are coaches of Special Olympics teams. I know PGA professionals that bring in gingerbread cookies to children's hospitals around Christmas time so their kids can decorate. I know PGA professionals that run golf marathons for a cause. So if your personal answer to my question of how many times did you use your influence to give back in 2017 was 0, just try one day in 2018. Just try to give back for one day, and I want to hear about it. I want to hear about the good that our PGA professionals are doing and how you're impacting lives. So we've all seen the financial planner tool that illustrates how compound interest, the more you put in early, the better off you're going to be later on in life. Your PGA membership doesn't quite work that way, but ask any of these past presidents here in the front row if the time that they invested was worth it. And I'm sure that any of these guys here would tell you that they received back 10 times the amount back compared to what they invested. And you don't have to be in this front row. You don't have to be a president of the association to see this return. All you need to do is engage with your fellow PGA professionals, be part of some of the activities and programs, and contribute your ideas. This can be done on the national level, the section level, the chapter level, even in your neighborhood. So you should always be moving forward. You should always be trying to get better. And everyone is trying to move down the road. And I know it's cliche, but it's more about the journey than it is the destination. I've enjoyed my 2,642-day journey as the executive director. How about the quarter century guys and gals in the room? How has your 9,125-day journey been as a PGA member? How about Jim O'Leary, Joe Carr, Jack Neville, the other half-century members that are here today? How has your 18,250-day plus journey been as a PGA professional? That's a lot, guys. That's a lot of days. So as you walk down the fairway of life, you must smell the roses, for only we get to play one round. That's all we get. We get one time to play. Excuse me, one time to play. And I've hit a lot of great shots from the middle of the fairway, but sometimes in the woods, when you have 2 trees and a 2-foot window, and you've got to hit it over water, over another bunker to a tuck pin, sometimes those are a lot more fun than the middle of the fairway. So I hope all of you get more out of your PGA membership in 2018, and please don't ever hesitate to reach out to myself, any of the board of directors, the officers, or any of the New England PGA staff to help. And remember that your PGA membership is a highway, so get in the left lane, put your foot on the gas, and enjoy the ride. Let's have a great year in 2018, everybody. Thank you very much.